Hi, this is Easy Ann, coming to you from a place and space of ease and grace. I want to tell you a story of an event that happened in my life that was so very touching. Yesterday I was at the store and there was a lady in front of me and her cart was filled with groceries, and it was a very inexpensive dollar kind of store, and she was so happy. She was talking to the cashier, and I thought, gosh, I've never seen anybody this happy. And it was the happiness that was skin deep. It wasn't this fake positive experience. It was a heartfelt happiness. And when it rang up, it was like $130, and she said, "I'm so glad I've got the money to pay for it." And she said, "I'm so thankful." It was a little more than she had expected it to be. And after she finished checking out, she noticed there were 2 items that the clerk hadn't rung up. And she said, "Will you ring those up?" And then she looked at me and she said, "I'll just get your items. You're being inconvenienced." And I said, "Oh no, please don't." She said, "Yeah, I'm willing to. I've got the money." And I said, "Okay." And because I've been trained that when people offer you things that you need to accept them and learn how to accept and receive. And so I accepted, and it was about $8. And then as I was letting him give me my items, I brought out my bag and said, "I don't want a plastic bag, I brought my bag." And she looked and she said, "Oh my goodness." She said, "I always forget my bags here in the car." The man behind me said, "My bags are always in the car as well." And I said, "Well, I keep mine in my purse. They're very small, they weigh almost nothing, and then I have the bags when I check out." And I said, "Here, I've got one, I'll give it to you." And she had polka dots on, and I had this purple polka dotted bag, and I gave it to her. And she said, "Oh my gosh, look, it's polka dots. Are you sure? Are you sure?" And I said, "Yes, please take it." So she takes the bag, and she walks out, and then I follow, and I can see that she has been talking to someone and evidently had a good conversation with, I think it was the man that was behind me in the checkout line. And we began to talk, and she asked me my name, and I told her. And then she said, "I was recently fired from my job. I was a waitress, and they fired me at the restaurant because they said I was too nice to be a waitress. And I was devastated because I have children to feed. And I called my friend that works at this store, and he gave me a job." And she said, "Last night I didn't have my paycheck. It hadn't come in, but I had no food in the house. And so I found some quarters, and I came up here and I bought some cheese. And as I was checking out and paying for it with quarters, another woman in the checkout lane said, 'I'll pay for hers.' And so she said, 'But I got paid last night, so I had plenty of money to buy food today.'" And I couldn't believe that she was that tight with money, and that her generosity, she was so happy and excited that she wanted to pay it forward. So she paid it forward by buying my items. I was so touched. I can't imagine being that tight with money and then giving to someone else. What a generous heart she had. I've concentrated quite a number of times on the idea of being the happiest person in the world. But in that moment, I think I saw the happiest person in the world. It was skin deep. It touched her eyes. It radiated. It touched everyone that she was around. So here's this little woman in the dollar store who was Mary Magdalene, who was the great goddess Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. She was amazing. And so what a sacred spot I entered yesterday. And as I drove home, I just cried with tears of gratitude, tears of I was astounded. I was astounded by her generosity. I was astounded by her happiness. I was astounded by her love. We hugged as I left and got in the car. What an amazing day. And I came home and told my husband. My husband's going, "Wow, wow, wow." And even now, as I think about it, I get tears in my eyes. I can feel my heart swelling. So I'm sure that happiness makes our lives easier. And this woman, with her happiness and her generosity, certainly made my day easier and easier. There's one more thing I want you to remember, and that is that I love you.